So what I'm doing here is a demonstration flight, and when students come in, believe it or not, a lot of times they have never seen a flight in person. They've watched videos, but it's so vastly different to see it right in front of you and have me talking to you and explain before I go up what to look for than it is just watching a video of somebody doing it. They're getting ready to make their flights, and they're getting ready to do their touch and goes, and so we instruct in baby steps. So we'll teach them the setup, we teach them everything, we go through ground schooling. But when we get out in the field, I do a lot of demonstration flights. They're short flights, they last a few minutes. In this case, my student has already flown, but I'm not only showing him how to perfect his launch by the way I bring my wing up and the way I brake, and he's watching all that. He was actually standing in the field near me watching how I do that, teaching him how to do a reset. And he's to the point where I'm trying to teach him how to do touch and goes. And there's really a lot of just little finessing that goes into touch and go. And it's very easy once you know the secrets. And I'm walking them through it and talking to them the entire time they're doing their touch and goes. But to see a demonstration of what we're trying to accomplish, and have him pay attention to how smooth my throttling is, how I'm barely when after I land it, how like right now I'm landing, pulling on the brakes here a little bit. You notice I didn't pull them way down. I don't want to stall the wing or land it because it's just a touch and go. So I find a nice balance between the amount of brake pressure I have and the throttle. I don't want to lift off the ground until I'm ready. And so I want to really stretch this out. The reason I'm doing touch and goes with students is because I really want them to get a good sense of what it feels like to taxi. So I like a long, nice touch and go. I like to do the whole field after they land. And so by them watching, I land right next to them. They're able to see how very little I'm pulling the brakes down for my landing. I'll be talking down, I'll be yelling down to them, saying, okay, watch this, watch how slow I pull. And then they can see that I'm not overcorrecting. When you land under the wing for a touch and go, you're already centered. So if you do very little, so what we're trying to do is get them to land using a little bit of brakes, because obviously when our wheels touch, we start to slow down from the drag of the grass. We don't want the wing to overshoot us. So we just do our natural flare like we're going to do, and then once we get down to the bottom of our flare, which is usually around ear level with this particular glider, I just start adding throttle to match the speed that I just landed at. But I don't want to give it enough that I'm going to start lifting off again. And immediately my eyes, as soon as I land, my eyes go up to the wing. I want to know what the wing is doing. If at any point the touch and go's not going good, I can just kill it. I'm already on the ground. So it's not like you have to fear him. So watch. And there it is. My eyes go up. I glance where I'm going to make sure I'm still on heading, and I can glance down, make sure I'm still going on heading. We got a little bit of dew on the lens here, kind of blocking our vision. We had a wet grass that morning. Okay, so I stretched that out the full length of the field. I'm not in a big hurry to just touch it and then mash on the throttle again. And the reason I like to do touch and goes with students is because the hardest part of powered paragliding is the launch, whether you're foot launching or whether you're going with wheels. But it really, when you land like this with it already level and already set and already centered above your head, you need very little correction. And so what it allows him to see the wing longer. He's not in a rush to do a launch. And really, honestly, once you get this feeling of how much brake pressure, how much speed you need to not lift off. We don't want to take off, but we want to keep enough speed to keep the wing up and enough brake pressure to keep the wing from overshooting us. We also keep the brakes on a little bit because if we need to slow down or roll, let's suppose we're getting a little too fast and we're going to take off again, we want to keep that wing from overshooting us. Okay, and there's of course the laydown. He gets to see all of this. And anyways, I just thought I'd give you an insight to what this looks like from our perspective. Thanks for joining me.